Greetings and greetings and salutations. This is Charlton 66 here once again with another video, and I hope everyone had a great holiday and looking forward to the new year. Been away for a little bit for the holiday, but back at home and received a package, which always you get something from someone or another YouTuber. It's always humbling to receive something like that they would take the time enough to send something to you. I know the community is known for that, their act of kindness and taking the time to do that. And again, it's a humbling experience. But I had this for a couple of days. I was going to wait to do a video to do an unboxing. This package is from an awesome YouTuber, Michael Dodd. He starts to do videos now, and they're amazing. His knowledge on horror and horror-themed subjects is just phenomenal. I enjoy his videos. He really commented on my videos a lot. He was one of the first to start watching my videos and commenting on things. But it's very informative and very knowledgeable comments. It was something we had discussions about. And I really look forward to his comments, and now I can look forward to his videos as well. So he said he's going to send me a package, and again, it's humbling, and you don't want to say you feel embarrassed, but it's kind of like, wow, they're taking the time to send me something, and it really means a lot. So without further ado, again, this is from Michael Dodd. You got to check out his channel. It's Michael Dodd. And it's phenomenal stuff. I had already opened it. I mean, cut the tape on it to get it much easier opening here on the channel. So it won't take up that much time. So one of the things what we're gonna do is open it. Oh man! Wow. Here's what we have. He sent numerous things in here. Wow, a bag of plastic monsters and figures. Hellish Monsters, Chaos Toys 1966. Amazing. Look at this artwork, guys. Wow. Wow. 66, that's when I was born. And if you look up here, the number is 666. And this artwork is by him, I believe. Yes. Michael A. Dodd, 16. Very well done. Very well done. 1966, my birthday. You get all sorts of monsters in here. You get tombstones and crosses and all sorts of stuff. Very well done. Wow. Nice. Oh, there he is. Got one of the creature in here. There he is, right there. Nice. Wow. Thank you very much. That's one of the things that's in this bag, in this box. They left me a note. Steve, in appreciation for your cool vids, here are some things to monster up your Christmas. Happy Horror Days, Mad. Wow. We got a little lithograph done in here. Wow. He did this, guys. El Hombre Lobo meets the chlorophyll monster and werewolf on Blood Island, circa 1969. Very nice. Very nice. For Steve, Michael Dodd, Mad. That's awesome. Man, he got a bunch of stuff in this. He explained to me what this was. I knew this was coming. The Chattanooga Comic Con from the 70s. Butch Weiss, they were in a club together, a comic book club, and he helped pass these flyers around for this Comic Con. And Butch, also Jackson Weiss, and one of the same, did this illustration of Dr. Strange Duck. I love having flyers like this. Piece of ephemera, you know, from comic book fandom. You know, when back in the day when you just only knew about comic book conventions either through the buyer's guide or fanzines or little flyers like this. Thank you very much. That will go in my portfolio. Oh man. Vomit bag, guys. This vomit bag and the price of it, one admission, will enable you to see the first film rated V for violence, Mark of the Devil, positively the most horrifying film ever made. See it soon at your local theater, at your theater near you. That is awesome. I love stuff like this. See, they don't do this stuff anymore when you go see movies. It's all about the money. I mean, back then it was about money too, but they added stuff to it to make it fun, you know. Wow, amazing! Thank you so much. What else we got in here? He explained to me this was a movie, I believe a Spanish horror film, Werewolf and the Yeti from 1975. On this disc here, sent that along. Oh man, we got some comics. Gore Shriek contains disturbing materials not intended for children. Number 1. Look at that cover. Nice. Gore Shriek. Number 2. That was number 2. This is number 1. Oh, they're both number 1. Gore Shriek and Gore Shriek must volume 2. That's number 1, volume 2. Oh, look at that cover. Amazing. Thank you so much. We got in here Creeps number 1. The best in illustrated horror to give you the creeps. Terrific. Look at that. Excellent addition to my collection. Scary Monsters, Limited Collector's Edition number 1. Wow, Michael, thank you so much. Again, I do appreciate it, but this is something you didn't have to do. Above and beyond, my friend. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That came in that little box. That's just an awesome, awesome gift. Thank you so much. Open up a box and have all that different horror stuff in there. It's truly amazing. And this bag of monsters is well done. Very well done. Thank you. Now, I love the artwork. Everything is perfect. Thanks so much. Again, I'm humbled by the gesture. Thank you. And also went to onto something different. Wow, I can't believe you sent me all that. Amazing. I went to a local con and got a couple things in the mail from Amazon, comic book related, of course. One of the first things I picked up at the con was this this fan/prozine called Infinity 5, 1973. There was an awesome in-depth interview with Richard Corbin. Illustrations by Von Bodie, Neil Adams, of course, Michael Kaluta, a whole bunch of other people is in this fanzine. Excellent illustrations in this, and an awesome interview, like I said, with Richard Corbin. Picked up that fanzine from 73. One of the highlights of the show. I could not believe I found it. It was on my wish list for, or my want list for 2017, and I never did find it. I've been looking for this, geez, probably for a good 10 years now. Ever elusive to me because it's such an obscure and oddball book, and that's the problem when you collect obscure, oddball, esoteric things. They're hard, they're elusive, they're rare as hen's teeth in most cases, but I was able to find this, and I'm very happy with this. Danger and Adventure, this is number 22. This is the first issue actually for Charlton, and this is the last Golden Age appearance of IBIS. This book has been, it's just such a funny title to me, the way it looks so generic. But I've been dying to get my hands on this book from 1955. And it's the last Golden Age appearance of our friend IBIS the Invincible. But I'm very happy to have this in my collection. I'm ecstatic. It's beyond words to have this. Again, most people write it off like it's nothing, but I'm so happy to have it. Got Dr. Solar number 3. A beautiful cover. The Dr. Solar covers are unparalleled, really, for as far as what Gold Key was putting out. Phenomenal stuff. This is from 1962-63. Dr. Solar, Men of the Atom, number 19 from 1969. Beautiful cover. Supervillain Team Up number 2. Some awesome westerns here. Western Gunfighters number 10 with his beautiful Severin cover. The Black Rider. Western Gunfighters number 11. Gil Kane. Dr. Von Chile here. This Gil Kane cover, I'm sure he either knows about this cover or has it in his collection. Awesome Black Rider cover. Marvel 2-in-1 number 5. Thing in the Guardians of the Galaxy. And this is a low print run, very hard to find, first issue called Soap Opera Love. First issue. Leave it to Charlton, who are going to try to push romance comic books in 1983. That wasn't really something people were buying in 1983, but leave it to Charlton to do something wacky. Soap Opera Love, 1983, number 1. And it says, should a Jewish boy and an Irish girl fall in love? Beginning in this issue, the continuing story of David and Eileen. Go figure. And another series that's hard to come by in any type of grade that's you can read it. It's not, for some reason, they're hard to find in any type of decent shape, and that's Straight Arrow from Magazine Enterprises. This is number 52. For some reason, they're just hard to find in decent shape. This has a name written on it. Linda Corlo. But Linda once had this comic. But anytime I see a Straight Arrow and I can buy it without it falling apart in my hand, I'm going to get it. I love the radio show. It was a pretty decent radio show back in the day. Straight Arrow. And a good comic book series too. Excellent artwork. Pretty good stories too. Another thing that I picked up a while back and I forgot to show it before is this awesome March of Comic Books, Gene Autry. Oh, there you go. March of Comics. Gene Autry, beautiful shape and doesn't have a stamp on it. For people who don't know about March of Comics, they were a giveaway. This is probably one of the most circulated comic book series ever, because they were printed out just for giveaways, and they're excess up to 5 million for certain issues. So, but they're to be given away at stores. They would put their stamp right here, and where they give away to kids, so they'd come back to the store with their parents or what have you. But this March of comic books, they were giveaways, so it's hard to find them in really good shape or without stamps on them. I like to see the stamps on them to see what stores they came from. That's kind of cool to see. But this nice March of Comics with Gene Autry on it, it's pretty cool. And one of the few things that really decent recent stuff that I buy was, I missed the last few issues of Killer Inside Me by Jim Thompson's. Jim Thompson's Killer Inside of Me by IDW. One of my favorite authors. If you've never read Jim Thompson, brutal crime noir book series he wrote in the late 40s or late 50s. But anything by Jim Thompson is a must-read for me. And IDW did a 6-issue series on the Killer Inside of Me. I was able to find the last 3 issues. Number 3, number 4. Actually, I have number 6, but he was number 5. I think it was a 6-issue series. These are the issues that I needed. And another thing I picked up from Amazon is a Charlton Arrow. Now these are something I think, I don't know how they do it. This has got history of Charlton. It's got stuff about history in here of the Charlton publication, about their romance line or their horror line or western line, but it's all new stuff in here. There's a nice pinup by John Byrne. The Doomsday +1 characters. But what I find amazing with this is that, like here, they'll talk about the Charlton Western Roundup, and there's like little history text pages on some of the Western characters. One of the things I find weird, here's Charlton Arrow 1, and this is number 3. And again, it contains all new stories, but nice Neil Volk's stuff in here. But what I find amazing is that, here's number 5, Joe Staten cover, is that they're able to maintain the flavor and the essence and the nuance of a Charlton comic book. I don't know how Charlton did their thing, because that's how they did things. It's like Ed Wood, the director Ed Wood, you'd have an Ed Wood movie. That's just how he did things. He thought he was going to have a good movie, and it wasn't going to be what it is now. What people are thinking about Ed Wood movies now. You can't, it's like lightning in a bottle. You can't redo that. Charlton Comics is the same way, where you can't replicate something that was made on shoddy paper, was made on bad printing presses. Some of the stories weren't the best stories. Some of the artwork wasn't the best artwork, and then you had wonderful artwork, and you ran across the spectrum of artwork and talent. But Charlton Arrows captured that essence of the stories of a Charlton comic book. Here's number 6. Charlton Arrow number 6. One of these has an awesome Peacemaker story in it, which I thought was really cool to see that. But it's kind of cool. They have new artwork, new stories, all based on Charlton characters and Charlton concept. Here's a nice text piece on Billy the Kid. But I love these books. I got a couple of other issues in my collection. I get them when I can. But it's one of those things that I think that people like comics and like Charlton should pick these up, because there's a lot of enough stuff. I think Paul Kupperberg is doing stuff in here. Like I said, Neil Volk's did an early story in this. John Byrne's doing artwork for him. So there's always good stuff in here. Joe Staten's doing artwork for it. So I highly recommend Charlton Arrow. And one of the things that they reprinted that I've been trying to get forever and a day is a comic book guide for writer, artists, and letterers. Charlton was a giveaway with subscription services from Charlton from 1973. And it was a little pamphlet that told people on what to do or how to present their portfolio if they want to work for Charlton. Like, people were clamoring for work for Charlton, but a lot of good artists did. A lot of good artists came from Charlton, but they actually reprinted the guide for that, and I'm happy to have this. I want an original one, but I've yet to find one. But again, this is a nice Tom Sutton cover. I think he's drawing himself. Kind of looks like him from the back, and him drawing on his drawing board. But inside, it talks about what each part of the comic book means, what word bubbles look like, how to do a comic book. The text on what the editors are wanting from a comic book. And again, this kind of goes to almost to what they're doing now on the back, because they're talking about submitting work to Charlton for Charlton Arrow. So I think it's kind of cool. Kind of come around to full circle now. But again, I'm happy to have this. I think this is only like $6 or $7, but it's well worth it. Its significance is pretty important for me anyway. Nick Cuddy wrote it, and artwork by a bunch of people in this. Talk about what an artist should have at their disposal to be an artist, but it's pretty neat. Again, it's the comic book guide for the artist, writer, and letterer. So that's kind of cool to have. Other than that, not much more to discuss. Like I said, I hope everyone had a great Christmas. And Michael, thank you so much for what you sent to me. It's pretty incredible. You take the time enough to send me this stuff. Again, your artwork. I'll show it once again so people can see. El Hombre Lobo meets the chloroform monster. That's great stuff, my friend. Thanks again. Thank you. They're a welcome addition to my collection. I'll take care of them myself, and I got something coming your way here in a couple of days once I get to the post office. Got something. Hopefully, it's not something. Hopefully, something you have not had in your collection, or if you do have it in your collection, it's a better piece to replace the one that you have. So, but anyway, everyone, thank you so much for viewing, subscribing, commenting. I do appreciate what everyone has said. I've met some good people here that I'm emailing and we're talking, and it's something that it's gone far beyond and past what I expected for this to happen. I enjoy making the videos. If I had 1 subscriber, I would have been happy. Now I'm up to 200 now, which I think is pretty incredible, and I'm pretty happy about that. And I thank everyone for viewing and subscribing. Please, if you got any questions or anything you're looking for, or anything I think I can assist you with, PM me. That's what the community is for, helping each other out. Maintain our collection goal. Oh, one more thing before I go, in case anyone's wondering, what I think is really cool about Charlton is another aspect of them was that when they, on this issue here, they were able to acquire some of the Fawcett characters. That's why IBIS is here in this issue, along with like Lash LaRue and some other westerns. I think Nokia the Jungle Girl and some other stuff from Fawcett that Charlton was able to acquire. Hence, IBIS being in this issue. Again, I got to show this one more time. Very happy to have this. It's elusive to me. It's been on my radar for years, and I finally been able to find a copy. I was digging through a box that said other publishers on it. Digging through it, the minute I saw this logo up here, I knew what I had. I was very happy to find this. Again, last Golden Age appearance of IBIS, the Invincible. All right, folks, take care. Hope you have a wonderful, safe, and happy New Year. And I'll see you guys in 2018. Take care, everyone.